Hello everyone, and welcome. Today we'll be trying to push the game to its breaking point and create the strongest damage possible. I want to make this very clear up front, this build is a mess to actually put together due to the legacies needed and the various tactics you need to acquire during the run. This build was made for the sole purpose of one-shotting bosses, and not for being well-rounded or user-friendly. If it looks like a fun gimmick, go ahead and try it out for yourself, but it's not a build that I really recommend, especially not for new players. This build could be played in any difficulty, but to get the most out of it, we'll need to be in Extreme for Vanguard spaces and double Tier 2 tactics. We'll be using Ragna because he has the most powerful single hit in the game. Any character with a powerful single hit can make use of this, but I've only tested it with Ragna, so you might see different degrees of success with different characters. For this build, you must inherit Lightwave Spread, Shadow Tether, and Thunderbolt Lightspear from legacy characters. This allows us to completely bypass the secondary tactic requirements these would normally need. It's not possible to get this build to 5 red tactics otherwise. Lightwave Spread is vital to the build, while the other two are mostly just used for the black market we want. I'm taking Mai for her increased attack damage passive, and Bullet for both her skill and passive. Bullet's Heat Up Legacy skill affects tactic damage, so it's important to have for this build. For full tactics, you'll want Attack Lightwave, Lightwave Stun, Lightwave Upgrade, Lightwave Spread, Radiance Electric Pillar, Shadow Chain Electric Pillar, and Shadow Chain Tether. If you get Ascensions throughout the run, always prioritize Lightwave over everything else. You will only be able to get both Lightwave Stun and Upgrade if you play in Extreme difficulty with the mutation enabled for double Tier 2s. Lightwave deals damage based on the attack that triggers it, and Lightwave Spread, well, it does things. What's actually going on here isn't fully understood no matter how much time I try to spend looking at it. All you need to know is that Lightwave Spread will be making Lightwave deal more damage for everything we hit before it spreads to the boss. This is where Shadow Chain Electric Pillar and Radiance Pillars come into play. We'll be using these to bounce a Lightwave onto the boss that will deal significantly more damage than a normal Lightwave would. For Mind Crystals, Take Initiative is the most important as it gives a massive damage boost to our first and hopefully only hit. Solo Performance and Discount are good for buying extra potentials and tactics, and Bloodthirst gives a significant damage boost when Killstreak is high. If you get good buffs mid-run, you shouldn't even need Bloodthirst, so you don't have to worry too much if you can't keep it stacked. Other Mind Crystals are up to you, but here's what I run. For potentials, you want to pick up Heavy Strike, Universal 1 and 2, as well as the first attack upgrade. This will give you the ability to use Down plus Attack, which is the highest single hit in the game when used at low HP with Soul Devourer. After that, you'll want Devoured by Darkness to activate Bullet's passive, if you can get it. The tricky part is that you need to try not to waste too many rerolls getting anything, as they're going to be essential for Vanguard and Black Market spaces. Once you're in the run, you want to always take Vanguard spaces. Note that these are exclusive to Extreme difficulty and come from a mutation you have to enable. You can also find these buffs in event spaces if you have the improved rewards option from Entropy buffs. You'll want to look out for All-Out Offensive and Opening Gambit as highest priority. Arsenal of Many and All-In are also good options if you see them. Final Damage is strong here because it increases both character and tactic damage. Remember that Lightwave deals damage based on the move that activates it, so with Final Damage, we're increasing both our damage before the Lightwave is calculated, and then Lightwave itself's damage after that's calculated. So basically you're just getting a double increase from Final Damage. You also want to get Attack Lightwave, Skill Shadow Chain, and Legacy Electric Pillars as soon as possible. After that, try to get Dash Lightning and Summon Radiance. Once you have one tactic in each slot, you will only get those tactics' elemental spaces, so finishing the rest of the build will become much easier. Also, do not pick up Shadow Mark Multiplication like I accidentally did in my run. It can cause bosses to take damage and ruin Take Initiative. Surprisingly, it didn't ruin any of my one-shots though. For Black Market, you want to look for tactic damage. We'll be getting up to a staggering 250% tactic damage bonus from this, which is going to make Lightwaves deal massive damage. This is the sole reason we inherited Shadow Tether and Thunderbolt Lightspear at the beginning. Once you have everything set up, it's time to start one-shotting bosses. Drain your HP, drop all of your electric pillars, and use down plus attack on them. You'll need to go into the options menu and change Radiance to Crouch in order to set up the pillars manually. If you have Devoured by Darkness, use it to get bullet passive as well before you attack. Also, if you have All In, you will need to use a regular Heavy Strike to activate it. Using the down plus attack one won't work. If everything is done properly and you have good enough buffs, you should be able to one-shot bosses. If anything goes wrong, well, good luck, because now you're in the awkward position of having no health against a boss fight. So how much maximum damage is possible with this build exactly? Unfortunately, the answer is unsatisfying in that it may be impossible to tell. My highest recorded is 10 million damage, however, I'll frequently run into the issue with this build that damage numbers simply stop showing up. By using Cheat Engine, I was able to check the max damage number that the game can display. After this number, damage numbers stop showing up. However, in that case, the damage also ends up overflowing into the negatives and not hurting enemies, which doesn't seem to be the case here, so I don't know exactly what's going on and causing damage numbers to stop working. If you guys end up using this build and end up seeing damage numbers higher than 10 million, definitely let me know in the comments. I'd be interested in hearing how high this can go,